Hello, yes, and I recently played through the first 4 Halo campaigns. Did not bother going through the 5th one, and did not even bother touching the 6th one. So very much it's one of my go-to campaigns to play growing up when we had the Xbox 360 and so forth. So it was nice getting back into that feel for actual good games and good storytelling overall, pretty much. So.
I feel like Halo 1 through 3 and also ODST and sometimes Reach are pretty good. I'd say their campaigns are like universal, pretty much like timeless, practically. Really good. 4. When I got 4, I played it, beat it, and sold it to somebody like right afterward. I just played through the campaign, finished the campaign, and I didn't want to play it again. And when I got 5.
Yeah, the thing with 4 is like unless you read the books, it was kind of confusing.
Yeah, I had no idea. I was like, what the hell was this? So I didn't care. I was like, nope. And then with 5, I only bought 5 because my buddy that was in the Marines was back for a little bit. And okay, we're gonna do some old classic campaign, but on one of the newer Halo games. No split screen on Halo 5. So that was really stupid.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah, that's why I didn't even bother with it. And Halo Reach. Yes, like the story in the game is nowhere near like what happens like in the books. Pretty much, so the books are pretty much what's supposed to be canon.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like it was still a good enough story that they could have used that essentially, like that the fall of Reach as the first season for the Halo series.
Yeah.
Which would have led into the now we're finally seeing Master Chief.
Right.
But no, we got Master Cheeks and Short Round's chubby sister, Adventures in Babysitting in Space. Essentially, I'm like, that's not Halo.
How do these people make these things and dare call it adaptations of any kind? Like, does not fit. You know, they could have even started with like, I don't think it should have started with, but I mean, ODST, like the game, just on itself, it that was released like around Halo 3. It was kind of meant to take place between Halo 2 and Halo 3, right? When they do that, I like that game. I don't know if that one is as like controversially liked or not, but like its style was very different. You're playing as non-Spartan characters. You got the health packs again that are to heal them. They're not like as strong as the Chief, so there's some small things they can't do that Chief could do essentially. The tone is like much more dour, but also more human with the characters' interactions and stuff. I don't know. It's underappreciated, I think. Yeah. Really, its soundtrack was good throughout, and the nighttime aesthetic too. Like, it was really good.
Yeah, I liked Reach. I loved all the characters, but I had a special affinity for Emil the Crazy One because I was like, I don't know, something about his gung-ho nature, pretty much. But I feel like they could have used the Fall of Reach as the first season for Halo, and they chose
easily.
Yeah, they chose not to. But like I said, I enjoyed Reach 1, 2, and 3, and to include the ODST, Halo 3 ODST playthrough.
Definitely. It's freaking great. But we're going to check out Long Way Home, a Halo story, released in 2021. Another channel that has about 5,000 subscribers. This one has 1.2 million views, though. Wow. Okay. So I'm wondering how this will be. All right. Let us begin.
CUNSC, so it's not Spartan. That's not a Spartan.
Right. Good. Not everything has to be Master Chief or Spartan. I think.
Yeah.
It's probably easier to do normal people anyway.
It looks like his call sign is Ghost. Okay, I like that point of view where he stayed through.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not doing the Iron Man HUD where it shows their face.
Okay, that's a Covenant ship.
Ship over there. Yep.
No. Where is it?
I feel like Halo 3 had some of the more somber soundtrack, along with ODST, I guess, but it could be ODST too. Now I'm thinking about it.
Guess what? She took her very first steps yesterday.
Got a British space lady. I'd have given them a little more points if there was more of the slight reflection in the visor a little bit, but that's probably tough to do. It looks good otherwise. Hologram.
All right, assault rifle.
Yep.
Okay, that's
Got
Elite.
Corporal Anderson, Twin Ember class.
or brute could be right. Did brutes ever get camo and later stuff? I forget if they ever got camo.
Trying to think.
It might just be elites, but I don't remember if when the brutes switched over, if any of them were ever camo in the game.
No, I just played the game, so I'm like blanking right now. Part of me wants to say no, because I don't remember.
I don't think so.
I don't remember brutes being camoed. I remember elites being camoed. There'd be stronger elites.
Was it their innate ability or is it technology that they used?
It was it was part of their technology. They were able
because they had grunts go invisible too in Halo 2.
So
okay. I gotcha. Plus, I guess the steps are smaller than a brute. So they probably have a bigger footstep, I would imagine.
Mm-hmm.
For that.
I'm at grid coordinate hotel, Kilo 59.
The thing is, I'm watching this going like they're going to have a good reason why this Covenant, whatever the Covenant is, didn't
already kill him.
Yeah, he's alone.
Yeah, it's just a regular soldier, not like a Spartan. You gotta be sneaky with, really. Yeah, and I'm not sure in the context if this is like what the timeline is for this. Really, I'd assume somewhere between Reach and Halo 3. Yeah, cool. Nice. Hey, those don't look too bad.
Yeah,
these guys right here.
Actually,
those faces. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, looks pretty good. Yeah. The guns don't look bad either. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So using beam rifles. Please.
Definitely not Halo 2 levels. Okay, that's good.
Requesting immediate extraction.
Copy that, Corporal. Pop smoke for LZ.
Negative. LZ is hot.
What? Ah! Ouch.
I've been hit. Need medic immediately.
Copy. Pelican Echo 269 ETA in 2 minutes.
I guess this has to be 2 to 3, because that's when you have the Arbiter. You have the Arbiter in 2, and then like you have the Covenant kind, like the elements of the Covenant kind of aligning themselves with.
Yeah, after the revolt, pretty much.
Yeah.
But he gets sent back to the ring so that he can take out one of the prophets, right?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah,
so we know this is at least two. This is at least no earlier than the second story,
right?
In the game,
I could see the Arbiter not wanting to chat with a human, just like, all right, I'll watch your back for a second. I'm going this direction anyway. I'll just I'll take out some opponents, whatever. Thanks, bro.
Definitely Covenant. That's an elite armor. I can tell from the. I guess decent look Pelican.
Yep.
I'm coming home, darling.
So it's visual, I guess. The ring, Pelican, him, but. Huh. Not a bad one, but a very minimal one.
Yeah, very minimal.
I guess. Yeah, the Jackals look excellent.
Yeah.
Jackals look great. His armor looked fine. I mean, looked a little cheap, but not. I've seen worse, so it's fine. Looks pretty good for the most part, I'd say.
Like a nice short film. Don't know if I would call it Long Way Home, because
yeah, just
because it's only about 7 minutes with him.
Might as well call it beached.
Yeah,
I don't know.
so or like I would just like I would have called it like stranded.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what I
Yeah,
would have
something
called
like
it.
that. Let's see their description real quick. It says a lone trooper must rendezvous with his squad on Delta Halo after a failed drop from orbit. Okay, so yeah, they're going with exactly that time frame around there. Okay.
Yeah.
The film was made as a final end of year project for a screen and film production at Yorby in Wellington. I'm assuming it's a film festival kind of thing. Maybe it could be why it was that short and whatnot. It was made over 10 weeks with a budget of "I'll buy you lunch today." I know that type of budget. This project had to go through pitching, storyboarding, extensive pre-production, a week-long shoot of half days, and careful post-production. The film was inspired by Peter Jackson's production approach to Lord of the Rings, where he used epic natural landscapes as well as the use of physical props, vehicles, and creatures peppered with a little CGI to bring gritty reality to the story. Yeah, that's pretty accurate to what it was.
So a good like a decent short film. We can definitely gauge when this event occurs. So I love how they do that without like beating you over the head with exposition, like just like to let you know, like you can gauge from the clues where this takes place or when it takes place, I should say. Like I said, I would not call it Long Way Home. That's just a nitpick for me. I would have called it something like Stranded, because Long Way Home implies like you're going to have
a journey home,
like a genuine journey home sort of situation, versus like a 7-minute film where he's like just trekking along a beach for a little bit. So that's just like my overall nitpick. And my other nitpick is again, I can't remember the guy's name who played the trooper. How he delivers some of the lines. Would have told him to have a little bit more emotion to them.
Yeah, he came off as more kind of like the hero character sort of guy. Like, I'm on my way home, darling. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, like a little bit more emotion, especially when he's pinned down.
Yeah, or even like showing some pain. I'm on my way home, darling.
Yeah, because he was like just shot with a beam rifle, and that's not exactly when you play the game. Like you get shot with the beam rifle, you're like, fuck.
Yeah, especially with when you're an ODST person, you got to get a med kit. Otherwise, you're beeping for who knows how long.
Yeah,
with the thing there.
When you get with that, it was like, so I would have been like, a little bit more inflection in his voice with the delivery. I understand an element of stoicism because it's the military element to it, so they're not going to be overly emotional.
He was taking inspiration from Lord of the Rings for the filming style too with that.
So like you could, but a little bit more inflection. Those are like my only two really nitpicks with this, but otherwise it's an enjoyable short film, pretty much.
Yeah, showing the wife on the hologram with the baby is fine, but I almost feel like that also wasn't necessary either. I feel like showing, necklace or dog tag, whatever, even though it's kind of cliche, kind of got the same gist. It's fine too, but it might have helped them on shorter production time.
Yeah,
probably with it. But they made that in 10 weeks, though. That's impressive for a short amount of time there, just a couple months.
Especially because you're putting together the armor for the ODST, the gun, the little bit of CGI for the jackals, as well as like their weapons. So it's like, and then you have like the obviously CGI when it comes to the Halo ring itself.
Yeah.
So, but like, I love how it blended almost seamlessly with the location they picked.
That looked good. Yeah. I would not pick apart CGI. CGI looked great.
Yeah.
On there.
Yeah, so like this was like actually a good short film. Like I said, I don't really have nitpicks when it comes to certain things.
In a way, that's kind of how short films are kind of supposed to be, just like a short glimpse of like a filmmaker utilizing what they know, taking place with characters that they like, and showing a brief interaction of a scene of some kind.
Yeah,
it's kind of a standard example of how you kind of want it to be. Doesn't need to be littered with dialogue either. So it's all right.
Yeah. Like this is a movie. This is like a short film, whereas like if I had seen this as a movie, it would have been very good, because like you could have like that would have been a long journey home essentially. Where you see him at like this actual trek from where his pod was, I guess, whatever, like blown or somehow off course. So now he's separated from his unit, and he needs to rendezvous with that unit at the actual drop sites.
Yeah.
So you follow that track. So I'm fine with movies like that. So
I mean,
like,
I
would
can almost
love
see
to.
I can almost see a whole movie with just that mission on Delta Halo, where
Yeah.
from where they drop off the troops, and you have it from the troops' POVs essentially, and
Yeah.
get separated from Master Chief or something while they're doing their raids, and just follow the troopers, and this our main one we're following, go
Yeah.
back and forth a little bit. Like that'd be some
Mhm.
fun stuff there.
Because like I love how people, whenever I'll have a criticism for a movie, and inevitably I'll get the like, oh, you just don't like it because you don't like slow burn movies or something like that. And
Right?
like,
I know. I hate
okay,
it when people
there's a
like that.
difference between slow burn movies and like full on beating you over the head with exposition and not much else pretty much in the film. Because I grew
Yeah.
up watching movies from every decade, so
Yeah.
you're one to talk when you come to me about like, you don't like slow burn movies. When I've watched films where it's like no CGI, like obvious attempt at practical effects, a lot of it is slow burn because it is dialogue. So it's like
Yeah.
but it still invests you in the
It it depends on how good the dialogue is, or how
Yeah.
useful the dialogue is, how engaging it is, how well
Yeah.
it's executed, what's happening in the scene. It doesn't need to be bombastic and crazy fast and action scenes and stuff, but
No.
you gotta, I mean, those can also be horrible. Like it depends on how those are done. Like it's very complex. It's very complex to have
Yeah.
it done well. That it's difficult to get them done right. I mean, that's why I'm learning about filmmaking myself, and so like even with my own stuff, I'll criticize the shit out of my own things. I'm like, God, look at that. What if I could have done this, that, and blah, blah, blah. And your own limits to it as well. So
Yeah.
I like it when the fan films have the explanation of their time frame of how they filmed and what they went into it with, so that by the end we know that's why it's like that. Ones that don't have that are just up to imagination of why it looks the way it does, and I don't know why. So
like I said, this would have been a film that I would have like loved to have seen as a longer film. Like you could have had obviously the action sequences peppered in, because you would have them encountering Covenant forces and things like that on their journey to the rendezvous point. But at the same time, you would still be invested in the characters, because you would have that dialogue between characters, that camaraderie, that you can gauge the relationship between or amongst the characters and so forth, would still engage you and so forth. So it's like. So again, like when people were like, "Oh, you just don't like it because it's a slow burn movie," and like, no, like stop using that as an excuse for shitty storytelling.
I guess I don't blame some people for jumping to that conclusion, because there are so many people that literally like need to have constant things happening these days. The TikTok mind generation, essentially. Unfortunately, it is a thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. That's a lot more complex. I don't think they could ever go that in depth with their thoughts on that, but. Yeah, that was good. That was a nice little short one. That's it. You the way you summarized that, I think, says it all well enough. I'd say that was good.
Yeah,
good job on that one, guys. If you guys make more stuff, I hope you do. So that was decent, and I can see you guys. If you had more than 10 weeks, I want to see what you can do in a year with whatever you got with your crew. So that was good, and see you on the next one.